So we are finding out the root mean square value of an alternating EMF. So you have to understand that what is actually an RMS value or root mean square value. So over here, while trying to understand this part, there are two ways of understanding this RMS value. When I say for example, if I want to find out the root mean square value of a particular set of given datas. So what we do normally, we apply a method where we first of all, suppose you are having x1, x2, x3, xn, this number of terms. So first of all, first step, we try to square them up, and we try to square them, and we just square them and add them. So if I just square them and add them, so what we can get? We can get x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square plus xn square. So then we'll find out the mean of this. So that means we'll get mean square. So mean of the square values. That means we can get x1 square, x2 square xn square by n. So we get the mean of the square value. And as soon as we get the mean of the square, after that, when I find out the square root of this entire thing, so this I will get as RMS value. Why this RMS value is very much effective in this particular scenario of varying EMF? Because you have seen that in the alternating EMF, once it is a plus and the other is the minus. And you saw that when we are trying to find out the RMS value over the complete, when we try to find out the average value over the complete cycle, the average value was coming to be 0. So in order to remove this negative and positive aspect, we just try to square it up, and after squaring it, we just try to find out the mean or average of the square term, so that we get mean square value, and after that we find out the square root of that, so we'll get the root mean square value. So let me do this for this particular situation of AC. So E equals to E naught sine omega t. So let me first of all find the mean square value. If I have to find the mean square value first, so I can write like this, that is mean square value of over a complete cycle, mean square value over a complete cycle. So I can find out this. So this will be equals to, therefore I will write E mean square, that will be equal to integration of E square into dt divided by integration of dt divided by, this is 0 to t. So this is from 0 to t. So that is E square. That means the same logic that you normally use for sigma fx square by sigma fx, sigma f. So the same value, same concept that you use over here. Over there, the values are actually discrete, but over here the total value is a continuous value. So this is E mean square. So let me just do that. So E mean square. So we are doing out E mean square, and that will be equals to integration of 0 to t. And what is E? E is equals to E naught square sine square omega t dt, and integration of dt to t, that will be equals to 1 by t. So over here I will get E naught square by t integration of 0 to t sine square omega t dt. After that, what should I do? You know that the formula is sine square theta is equals to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So using this same logic over here, we'll get EMS, that is mean square, that will be equals to E naught square by t 0 to t. Instead of sine square omega t, I will just put it as 1 minus cos of 2 omega t whole divided by 2. So I'll take the 2 outside. Okay. So after that, what I will be doing, let me move on to the next page. So E mean square therefore will be equals to E naught square by 2 t integration of 1 minus cos 2 omega t dt, that is equals to from 0 to t. Now E mean square is equals to E naught square by 2t and integration of 1 dt. So this will be equals to integration of 1. So that will be equals to t within limit 0 to t. Then minus cos 2 omega 2t integration will be sine of 2 omega t by 2 omega within limit 0 to t. So you have got this. So EMS therefore will be equals to E naught square by 2t. This is t minus 0. That means that will be equal to t minus this will be equals to sine of 2 omega t minus sine of 0 within limit divided by 2 omega. So you already, I have told you that omega t is equals to how much? Omega t is equals to 2 pi. So we know that omega t equals to 2 pi. So since we know omega t is equals to 2 pi, so let me just move on to the next page. So I'll get E mean square, that is equals to E naught square by 2t. Then I have already done over here, that is t minus of sine 2 omega t. Sine 2 omega t will be written as therefore sine of, instead of omega t I will write 2 pi. So I'll get sine of 4 pi minus sine of 0 divided by omega. Children, sine of n pi is equals to 0. So this entire term actually becomes 0. So we get over here, what should I get over here? Therefore, E mean square equals to E naught square by 2t, this into t. So t into t and t gets cancelled. So you get E mean square is equals to E naught square by 2. And so I told you what is MS means mean square and RMS means root mean square, ERMS. Therefore, I can write ERMS will be equal to root over of EMS. So that will be equals to root over of E naught square by 2. So ERMS therefore will be equals to E naught by root 2. So this is your ERMS. So ERMS is equals to E naught by root 2. And similarly for an alternating current, IRMS is equals to I naught by root 2. Very, very important, children. ERMS is equals to E naught by root 2. And E naught is your peak EMF, I naught is your peak current. Sometimes we call this IRMS as I virtual, and sometimes we call this ERMS as E virtual. Try to understand. In any problem, suppose you have been given a question like this, an AC 220 volt 50 hertz AC. Suppose you have been given something like this, a 220 volt 50 hertz AC is given. So from here, what information do you get? You can get, suppose I write a 220 volt 50 hertz AC supply is given to you. So whenever it is given like this 220 volt, please remember, children, this 220 volt is basically the ERMS. Very, very important. So they have given you the value of ERMS, that is ERMS is equals to 220 volt. So ERMS is equals to 220 volt, and you know that is equals to E naught upon root 2, and that is equals to 220 volt. So E naught therefore will be equals to 220 root 2. So you can say very well the peak EMF is equals to therefore 220 root 2 volt. Very, very important. The peak EMF is equals to 220 root 2 volt. That means from a given information of this particular statement of 220 volt 50 hertz AC, we can find out the peak EMF, that is 220 root 2. So this is what is the concept of this RMS value. So always we take the average value as half the cycle I told you, but the RMS value is actually taken